Yeah, you had found yourselves to be the prime suspects in the murder of Lord Rihoshi.
Who knows why?
The son of the Lord approached you a couple of days later, asking you to investigate his father's murder, since the local constabulary didn't seem to be getting anywhere apart from accusing you of being the killers. You agreed. Took his money, and then sort of split yourselves up into two groups. One of which went to the funeral to have a look around, see if there was anybody who stood out. Saw some of the nobles of the town. Made psychic assaults on one of them. While the other group were investigating the house. Found what seemed to be tracks leading from the deceased Lord Rahoshi's study out into the grounds, over the fence, and towards a manhole cover into the sewers. After you'd all reconvened, you'd headed to the sewers, started following the tracks down, and caught licked bloody paper, yes, as well, during the investigation. As you were making your way through the darkened sewers, the light of the torch that Tink was carrying illuminated some strange humanoid shape, which had turned towards you, its eyes sort of glowing, wicked sharp teeth and a long prehensile tongue, and it had screamed as it had begun to leap towards the group of you. So, that being the case, I would like you all
to roll a keep
for
in
initiative
check.
for me, please.
Keeping it in check.
Keeping it in checks. Let's go. Oh,
Right. So, am I going to get a 6 or an 8?
And somebody throw me up some battle music, please.
Can someone else do it for this one instance, if that's okay?
Yeah, I'll sort it too.
Thank you.
So, place your bet. 6 or an 8. It is a
14.
Wow.
Very big
That's
brain.
That's not me. Sorry, I must have somebody else's character sheet.
Who are you and what have you done with Tink?
I mean, you clearly have mine. You say I rolled a 6.
There you go.
There we go. If you guys want to swap.
I'm looking forward to rolling initiative again for goodness, what's his name? Amenadiel in the mage game. Like having advantage on
so you roll a
initiative
1 and a
rolls.
2. Awesome.
I
Yeah.
actually
Well, at
having
least then
an
I've got
excellent-
double the chance.
Okay, 20 and up.
Ray on 20.
Ray on 20. Awesome. 15 and above.
Kitsana with 18.
Kitsana on 18. Awesome. 10 and above.
Oh boy,
Yes.
got myself a 12.
12.
Tink with 14.
Who's that joined?
Rhythm.
Rhythm!
Okay.
We need to silence.
I got Luard on
Groovy.
12.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
14.
Tink on 14, sorry.
Tink on 14. Okay. And okay, 5 and above.
6.
And the 6 for court too.
NT with 8.
And NT
Oh,
and Rain and Court both on 6.
Yeah, so court lost because he has the lower dex score.
Well, I'll let you both go at the same time, it's fine. You can decide between yourselves.
Yeah, May's playing the rules correctly, because in 5e you go at the same time. Haha, it's a 4e thing for Dex to be higher.
Okay, so awesome. Let's stop that. Oh, you have paused that. Fantastic. Just turn that up so I can actually hear them. Come back music a little bit. So, top of the round, as this thing is screaming towards you, the light reflecting off its eyes, seemingly attracted to what Tink is carrying. We have Ray. You're up first.
the fuck is that?
I have no idea. Rat.
That's a
I think.
swarm of rats.
Can you
Yeah.
enlarge the picture of this monstrosity for us?
I certainly can.
Because
Ugh.
looks like a ghoul.
Not wearing purple.
Hmm.
So you're saying it hasn't visited Zoblom yet?
Zombie.
Okay.
Oh, I hate these giant rats.
Gonna
Rat swarms, even.
cast Hunter's Mark at first level on this guy.
Okay, so you focus on your connection to the natural spirits of the world, and mark that as your target. Excellent.
And then I'm gonna use my action and shoot him.
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh, wait, was
What'd
that
you get?
wrong?
I
Oh
think
no, it wasn't. 24.
24 hits. Yeah.
I was just confused by the +2.
Yeah, for some reason it didn't add it in the other thing, but it's correct.
And then how do I roll for Hunter's Mark? That's just
Just a
1d6,
D6.
one-
Yeah. Or I think you
roll.
can highlight it from your character sheet.
Oh, I can.
So you can do it before.
Another
12.
6 damage. 12 damage.
Nice. So as this thing is screaming towards you, it takes a few steps back as just this arrow blooms into its chest. Doesn't seem to slow it down too much, though. Anything else for you, Ray? You can move over these little bridgeways over the nasty water.
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Nice. Kitsana.
Okay, so
Oh, maybe I should have moved that away.
yeah, a little bit. So Ting's like, are they still considered to be on this square right here? Like the same?
They're technically on Court Square
Same square.
and a half.
I'm riding him.
Yeah.
So it would just be
Excuse
10
me.
to get-
Can I retcon and move down here, just to move out of the way,
Yeah,
so we don't
yeah.
have a bottleneck situation again.
yeah, that's fine.
that
Okay.
works then. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5, 30. Yeah, I got 30 movement. Okay, cool. And she's
Don't you
gonna,
have rage?
I was gonna say she's gonna poke it. 12.
12 hits.
Oh. that was
12
a-
just
okay.
hits.
8.
So you rush forward with the glaive, bring it down in a wide arc, slashing through the chest of this thing, actually shattering Ray's arrow, making
Sorry.
some more sort of nasty flakes of gash.
Is the curse of the glaive now ended?
No,
Because
never.
the glaive seemed
Don't say that. 'cause
truly
then it won't
ended.
be.
Anything else for you, Kitsana?
I would move, but I can't. So we're
Okay.
gonna say yeah.
No. All right. Excellent. That brings us to Tink.
Help! Put me down! And so I'm gonna scamper off of Kurt's back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna
And
sort
I use a
of
free action to sort of like lower my hips a little
Yeah.
bit, just so it's just a bit of an easier time.
thanks. And I'm gonna be like, "Ah."
You went muted halfway through.
Ew, rats! And I'm gonna sort of take out the crossbow that I've got on my back,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna take a pot shot at one of this rat over here.
Those ones over there. Yeah, of course. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
I've got it right. Yeah, there you go. Patch out. Oh,
Ah,
too scared.
your
fumble.
hands trembling, and you just it twitches up just as you fire, and ping, ping, ping off the ceiling, shattering.
Shooting to the.
Okay, that brings us to Luard.
Okay, so do the rats look like they're coming to a killer's?
At the moment, they don't seem to have been doing anything.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And I'm gonna Chaos Bolt our good old angry face man boy in the face. Pacha! 26.
26 will hit.
So the first 8 changes the type, so that's a 5, so it's a 4. No, lightning. So that is 16 points of lightning damage as I ka-chow him in the ka-chonk. It's disco because it changes what it's going to be, so it's lightning in this, I guess.
The first
I was about to
8
make a
changes.
comment.
So Chaos Bolt, based on the first 8 die, it changes what the damage type is. So it does 1d8 plus 2d6 damage. And then it's weird. If you look up Chaos Bolt, it's worded really weirdly, but that is legit.
You rolled the wrong die, though, it looks like.
2d8
Roll
plus... Oh,
2
hold on.
d8s.
Let me...
Yeah.
I may have said the wrong thing, but I know I've done it right. Ka-chonk. Tana hit, target takes 2d8 plus 1d6. Choose one of the d8s, which is always for me going to be the first. The number rolled on that die determines the attack's type, as shown below. Ka-chonk.
Okay. So
Right.
it's also damage and not only...
Yeah, it's real cool, right? So
Oh.
I'm going to smack that guy for a good old 16 points of lightning damage.
That's pretty brutal for a level, like a
Level
third
1.
level,
Level
level
1.
1 spell.
Okay, so what does this chaos energy look like?
So
you release it.
I semi-float a little bit off the sort of bridge, and my eyes sparkle, and it looks like I'm going to send something far more powerful out as energy just bolts around, and then I extend out a hand and a singular gentle line fires forward, reaches towards the guy, and then explodes in front of him.
So you guys, as you see this lightning energy sort of explode on the thing, you have to cover your faces from just how bright this thing is, and there's a split second where it's like all of the colors are reversed, and as you sort of blink your eyes away, you see in like the after effects, there is nothing left.
Luard checks his fingers and his hands, and he goes, "Ha! Ha!" and then just air bumps, and like he does like the whole "Ha! Yeah! I did it!" And that's his turn.
Okay, excellent. That brings us to any more movement for you? Sorry, Lord.
No, I'm gonna stand on this bridge like a badass. He's so happy.
Okay, excellent. That brings us to the rats. Attracted by the noise, they're going to start scurrying towards people. Just going to sort of scurry up around Kitsana. And all up around Luard.
No,
you hear...
cease.
Mhm. Hope you remember
hear
these
scuttling
from
from
the
the corner. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Another one here. 30. So, the ones on Rain are not close enough to attack yet. They've scurried forward and are sort of swarming around your feet, sort of nipping at your heels a little bit. The ones on Kitsana are going to make a bite towards you. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You take 4 points of piercing damage as they're sort of like slipping into your sort of like quite loose desert type robes, finding the gaps between your armor, nipping at your skin. The ones against Luard, that'll be a 19.
Yep, that'll do it.
Okay, and you take 5 points of piercing damage.
Ow!
They're nipping at your tender flesh.
My beautiful flesh, thank you.
Your beautiful flesh. That ends their turn. That brings us to Enti.
Oh, I don't even know what half these spells does.
If you need any help, feel free
No, I think
to
I'm just gonna
ask.
play it safe and just cast Vicious Mockery on this guy.
Okay, yeah, sure. It's a wisdom saving throw.
Yes.
I need to
DC
double check
14.
something. Really, really fast.
Swarms versus wisdom saves, right?
I
can't remember that. I don't use swarms often, so they're cool.
I was just making sure that it wasn't a charm effect.
Yeah, definitely not.
But it's not. So, okay, a wisdom saving throw. Super wise. That would be a natural 1. So, Kitsana, you see a couple of the rats crawling up you, just sort of their bodies solidify like stiff as a board, and they just drop off you.
What was its total result?
It was a natural 1.
Yeah, but what was its total result?
It rolled a natural 1.
Yeah,
I've just told you what its result was.
No, I want to know what its total result is, including
1.
modifiers. So it's got +0.
You don't get to know that.
Ah.
It rolled a 1.
Oh, somebody's playing dirty. Okay, cool.
You don't know what a creature's modifiers are. It rolled a 1. I could have just said it failed. Anything else for you? It doesn't. It gets disadvantage on its next attack for Vicious Mockery, doesn't it?
Does it?
Yeah, its next attack roll has disadvantage.
It's gonna move over here. That's it, I think.
Okay, that ends
Overconfidence is a
your turn. So, as you guys are sort of dealing with these frustrating little rats, having dealt with the ghoulish entity in some quite swift manner, you hear sound echoing from further down into the corridors. A pair of answering inhuman cries. And you see from the corner around you, Kitsana, one of them, another one just runs at full break pace right up towards you, scampering almost like Gollum style across the slick ground towards you.
That's disgusting.
And then you see another 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's going to full dash up to Enti. The one up against you, Kitsana, you see it's got these nasty long claws across it, and it's just going to lash out towards you with it. That'll be a 16 to hit.
That matches, so yeah.
That matches, okay. So you take 9 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
You said 9?
Yeah, 9 points of slashing damage.
7. On
7.
one.
Okay. You feel this pulse of something horrid in your system, and you feel your body lock up as you are paralyzed. That ends their turn. Bottom of the round is Rain and Court.
After you, mate.
Okay. In that case, it's going to yeah, I can make it around.
Are you
Um,
going in the water?
I was actually going to try to go out onto the bridge and then make a jump for it. If that's possible.
oh, so from like here to leap.
Yeah, so basically would run here,
Mm-hmm.
make a side step to the bridge here, and then
Yeah.
attempt to leap there.
Yeah, I'll say make an athletics check for me. Did you rage?
I haven't yet.
Okay, so just a straight athletics check.
Straight nat 20.
Yeah, easy enough. Even as sort of like some of the rats try to nip out towards you, you're just like sailing through the air, do perfect like superhero 3-point landing with your weapon in your other hand at the ready. Yeah.
Yeah. And then as I get up, I have my back towards everything since I leaped over there.
Yeah.
So as I stand up, I grab my greatsword with both hands, and as I turn around, I just yell, I cast Slash!
Okay, go ahead and make an attack roll.
12 to hit.
12 hits. There's not an awful lot of... In fact, there's no armor on this thing. It's just tattered
That
clothing.
is 10 slashing damage.
So as you cast Slash and etch right through this thing's sort of back as it's looming over the paralyzed Kithsana, it sort of howls in agony.
And I would like to use like a last bit, sort of like a growl back at it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Trying to get its attention towards me.
No worries. Rain.
That is me, no go done.
No go done. Yep, Rain.
Rain would turn around and sort of drawing a short sword, swipe at the rats to try and fucking whack them into the water.
Yeah, of course.
17
17 will hit.
or 6 damage.
6 points of damage. You notice as you're sort of swinging your sword at them, you're catching some of this boiling swarm of rats. You can see they've got like horrible sort of yellow teeth, and some of their fur is like rotting off in paces. But as you cut through, it doesn't do quite as much as you were hoping. As you cut through this swarm, takes 3 points.
Okay.
Damage. Anything else for you? Did he freeze?
Oh, sorry, I've got push to talk on because I've been swimming. I've got water in my ear, so I can't hear you.
Oh,
I
no.
don't need to hear an echo. I'm going to disengage
Okay.
with my ability.
Mm-hmm.
Just move away from the rats to try and.
No worries.
Yeah.
Excellent.
No good.
Then your turn. That brings us to the top of the round, Ray.
Right, I am gonna bonus action move the Hunter's Mark over to this guy.
Oh, of course you are.
And then I am gonna move over here while taking a
Mhm.
shot with my bow.
Yeah. What'd you get?
13. Oh, that's my fighting style. That's why I'm getting the +2 for archery. Okay. so
13 hits, yeah.
Okay, do this, and then
Mm-hmm.
first Hunter's Mark, 11 damage.
Nice. So, as you can see, it's sort of bothering your brother. You sort of standing there, slobbering drool from its horrid mouth. Just release it and catch it sort of in the neck. Hear like gurgling sounds from it, but it's still sort of like looming over him. Anything else for you?
Nope.
No. Okay, Kithsana, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Natural 20.
Okay, so the end of your turn, you feel like you push through whatever it is that's affecting you and regain control of your limbs. and your muscles and your body. But that is the end of your turn. That brings us to Tink. Muted.
Sorry, I said this is going to be a tough one, I think. I think.
I think.
So I'm just going to move and have a bit of a look-see. Can't really do an awful lot. Just sort of surveying the battle. How bloody is Kitsana?
She's definitely taken a beating.
She's a tough lass, though, right?
She is looking rough. It's not super duper rough, but she's past bloodied.
So, I could do that, or I could do this one. So, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just sort of gonna. How am I gonna play this one? I think it's gonna be interesting, because everything has to be sort of mechanical in sort of nature, right? All right, so I load up this sort of other, everything has been kind of poultices and like liquids and things so far. And this one, I just sort of take from my belt, just sort of pull it off, and it immediately just sort of starts smoking. And I'm just going to throw it at Kitsana, and it just sort of envelops her in this sort of little bit of fog, just ever so slightly, as I cast Sanctuary upon her.
Okay.
And to kind of give her just a little bit of extra protection in that little bubble.
Let's use that one.
And that's
Love
a
Sanctuary.
bonus action.
It is indeed.
So I can still shoot, right?
Mm-hmm. As long as it's
Just I can't do another spell.
Yeah, it can be a cantrip.
Oh, I can do a cantrip. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm still not 100% used to playing magic, people.
That's fine.
So with that, I'm gonna turn to. In fact, you've got that guy. I'm gonna turn to the guy behind me, and then pull out my little tiny wrist catapult, and little flame just pops up as I cast Firebolt.
This one over here, did you say?
This chappy over here.
Yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll.
18.
18 will hit.
As the sort of breaks slightly, the viscous fluid sort of onto his back, just ever so slightly alight, just for 3 damage. I tried.
All damage helps.
I could have healed you, but you would have just taken the damage again. So.
Okay, that brings us to Luard.
Right.
We have these rats.
The rats
swarming over you.
They're
and this
in my
horrible thing.
space, right?
Yeah.
So I can move past them, right? Because they're in my space. So I can go here.
Yeah.
Sweet. I'm going to step there. And then I'm going to... Do I just provoke 2 attacks of opportunity for the lulz?
That's probably not the best idea.
Well...
Wouldn't the rats follow you?
No, they claimed us. They can... I think... I don't know.
I imagine as you're sort of stepping away, you're brushing a few of them off you.
Yeah.
Sort of step aside.
Maybe the movement is causing them to sort of lose grip and fall off.
Yeah, there's one still on your head at the moment, but
this is not ideal. I'm gonna look at this fella. Not the rat. What the fella? And I'm just gonna cast Dissonant Whisper on him. So I need him to make a wisdom saving throw. Yeah. This gentleman.
Okay, wisdom saving throw.
Correct.
That would be a fail.
Okay, so he's going to take a whopping 5 points of psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction to move its movement speed. It can't move away from me. It can't go into dangerous ground. So I would assume it just jumps in the water because it's got to get away from me, but not towards enemy. Is the idea.
Yeah.
So I would assume he's going to jump into the water.
No, he.
I mean, he can provoke attacks of opportunity if he likes. That's certainly.
He's going to go this way. 15, 20.
So because he has to use his reaction, it doesn't say anything about it not provoking attacks of opportunity. So I think it does.
It is. What is the wording on?
Because, like, I know there's involuntary movement, but, like, that's shoving. This is different. It's forcing its reaction to voluntarily move, if that makes sense. I don't know if I don't know if it works.
What the...
I'm down for whichever way, because I genuinely don't know how it would work. But I like the idea that Luard's seeing it come up to him and goes, "Ah!" And it goes, "Ah!" And then he runs away.
I can find where.
Okay. It's the first Google image for Does Dissonant Whispers.
Everyone is...
It does, apparently.
I'm the one that has to make the decision.
Oh,
so.
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
I will say... You also don't provoke an opportunity attack when you teleport or when someone or something moves you without using your movement, action, or reaction. So it is using its reaction. So yeah. Yeah, so...
Fuck yeah! So that's 2 friends for a 2 attack.
I will say Enti and Rain first.
Yeah.
Because it left.
Short sword hit 22.
Yeah. Yep, and Rain.
My damage may be shit that round, but the bonuses make it worth it.
His skills there?
No, he does not look like he is there. I cannot see the beautiful...
It doesn't matter anyway. As the thing is starting to run away, it gets a step closer to Luard. Strange fear in its face. And Rain just sort of drives the sword through the back of its skull. It takes a few steps forward, and there's this like sucking sound as the blade shucks off the end as it falls into the water.
I give Ray a shaky thumbs up, and I say
it's Enti.
Oh, it's Enti. Oh, it's Enti. Sorry, my bad. I give Enti a shaky thumbs up, and I go, help! That's my turn.
Okay, that brings us to the rats. These ones are going to come and swarm around Rain. I need to get those on there. They can only get there. They're gonna swarm back over to you. The first ones on Kitsana need to make a wisdom saving throw. A fail, so they're going to...
They have to use the attack on something else or lose the attack.
Yeah, so they're actually going to swarm around onto the ghoul and try onto that. It's moving sort of too quickly. They can't sort of get up it. It kicks them off, and they scuttle back around it. The ones on Rain, that is a 17 to hit on Rain.
That hit.
Uh-huh. You take 7 points of piercing damage as it scuttles up, sort of bites into your face, nips on your fingers, these rats, before you sort of push them away. That ends their turn. Brings us to Enti.
Kitsana looked bloody, right?
Mhm.
Beyond bloodied.
Yeah.
I know the strategy is to let someone go unconscious and then heal them, but NT is new to adventuring and he's seeing his newfound friends being hurt, so he's gonna cast Cure Wounds on her.
Okay, he'll have to move up to her.
Oh, it's
is a
Cure
touch
Wounds.
spell.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
touch. I didn't realize.
Yeah, healing word is the one that has range.
Yeah, but that's less healing. It's like half the healing.
Yeah, that's what you.
But you can also do it as a
using
bonus
range.
action,
Oh, true.
and then do something else as your action.
And it has the range, so you can heal without provoking attacks of opportunity.
The guy. Oh, yeah, okay, sure. I'm just gonna do that instead. Healing word on her instead.
Yep. So
Wait,
it'd
how do I?
be 1d4 plus his spellcasting modifier.
Oh, right. They're here. I forgot.
So it'd be his charisma.
7 healing.
Yep. So Kitsana, you regain 7 hit points. And that was
Yes, I'll
Enti's
take it.
bonus action. So if he has a cantrip he wants to do with his action, or if he wants to use his short sword on
I was
anything.
gonna cast Vicious Mockery on this guy.
Okay. Yeah. Wisdom saving throw.
For 4 damage if he
That
fails.
is a 5. So he takes 4 damage, and he has disadvantage on his next.
I'd like to imagine that Noga would make a stupid joke when casting Wisdom.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Okay, excellent. That does bring us to the remaining ghoul. Oh, I put the thing on the wrong thing. That's fine. Okay, excellent. Let me have a look. What my notes on these were.
Oh wait, Vicious Mockery is just disadvantage on the next attack, not the whole lose this attack. Okay.
Yeah, it's just the next attack.
That was the other one.
It's still nice.
It is going to.
Mistaken it for another spell.
Then it's going to take a leap over to here. Court, you get an attack of opportunity.
Which he takes.
Mm-hmm.
For a nat 1 to hit.
Natural 1. Its sudden movement takes you by surprise. You swing, but it's already sort of passed out of range. That's 5.
I would like to say, it counterspelled my trip.
And then it's gonna try and leg it. Kitsana, if you want to take your attack of opportunity as well, you can.
Well, the thing is would she even know what's happening with the thing around her? It's, as far as she's.
I'd say it's the first time that you've seen it cast, so you're not quite certain. Something seems to be protecting you because you saw like the hesitation in the rats as they were looking at you and then changed targets. So you're not being a spellcaster yourself. You're not entirely certain.
I think she'll let it go for now.
Okay.
She can always chase it later if need be.
50, and then out of sight, around the corner, just yelping and sort of scuttling across the ground, using its hands a lot to sort of pull itself on all fours at speed out of the way. That ends its turn and brings us to Rain and Court.
Do you want to go first, Rain, or should I?
You go. I keep forgetting this push to talk on.
So what did you say? I sorry, I didn't catch it.
He said you can go.
Okay. Yeah, it might not be the entirely smartest thing to do, but then again, he is a barbarian, so. So he is going to rage, as that thing just mocked him and his arcane abilities. So he is now an angry boy, and he is going to leap over the water, attempt to land here.
Okay, with no run up, let me have a look at what the rules for jumping are again.
I'm going to say that as like he's going to sort of like put one of his legs against the wall and try to use that as like a pushing off mark.
Remember what these are.
Hello?
Hello.
He's checking the jump rules.
No, sorry, I got loads of static in my headphones, and then I couldn't hear anybody talking. I think it.
That's the tinnitus coming.
That's the old man ears, I think.
Oh man, see, I've got tinnitus. It's not fun.
Stay a while and listen.
Same.
So, long jump. Up to your strength score. If you move at least 10 feet. What is half of your strength score?
His strength score is 17, so that would be a 8.5.
You can't. It's 15 feet straight across. Unfortunately, you can't quite get there.
But I can go the 8.
You can go 8, yes.
So would that be 5 or 10 here?
So it would be sort of 5. So you leap forward 5, and the rest of you guys just watch as Court disappears underwater. And Court, you find yourselves in the grossest water and waste you've ever experienced in your life. It's just sort of filling your mouth and nose. I'd like you to actually make a Constitution saving throw for me.
24.
24. You manage to sort of clear it up. Pull yourself up to the surface. That's cost you probably about 10 feet.
Okay, so I have 20 feet of movement left. How does it work when I don't have an official swimming speed?
So each square would be 10 feet.
Okay, so that's... It would take all of my movement to crawl myself back up.
Yeah, and you can see it. It's just sort of like 10 feet away, off the end of the map, which is not big enough.
And it's just going to sort of like stare over there, but get back here! With like bloodshot eyes.
Okay, no worries. Rain.
So am I right in thinking there's 2 swarms at my feet?
There's one on you and there's one at your feet. It hadn't managed to get close enough to you.
Am I right in thinking if I step through them to here, would I get advantage?
You can't move past this one. You can't pass through that square.
Then I'll just attack.
Okay. The ones that are on you or the other ones?
I guess the ones that are on me.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make your attack roll.
Was it not doing nothing? Oh, it did twice. 25.
25 hits, yeah.
10.
10,
Nice.
awesome. Again, doesn't seem to be doing quite as much damage to it, but you are picking off some of sort of like the outlying rats of this swarm. There are definitely a fair few broken and severed bodies at your feet. Anything else for you?
It's all protein.
I'm going to take disengage action again.
Okay.
And I'm going to move like over here.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to leave a good friend on his own, but I also don't want to get eaten by rats.
No worries. Excellent. I think that ends you guys' turn. Top of the round is Ray.
You can't move through enemies, so I can't also chase that guy and kill him.
I mean, you could. These are here. You can
Yep.
go across these bridges.
Wait. Yeah, there's no way. I can't get vision of him. Unless I can, like... No, it doesn't change anything. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna try and hit some rats. This one over here.
Okay, no worries.
Oh yeah, first, bonus action, move Hunter's Mark.
Okay, yeah, no.
Gotta remember that stuff.
Yeah, makes sense.
And shoot him with my bow.
Shoot him with your bow.
14.
14 will hit. Yeah, the arrow sinks into them.
7 and 8 damage.
8. Once again, you sort of you shish kebab a couple of rats, but it doesn't seem to have done quite the amount of damage that you wanted. Only takes 4.
Cool.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, no worries. Kitsana.
I guess she's just gonna finish off this rat swarm that's next to her.
Okay, so as you swing your weapon, the cloud that was enveloping you sort of fades as the sanctuary drops. But you can go ahead and make your attack roll.
Seeing as she's in close quarters, she's gonna pull out a hand axe and take a swing down.
Okay. You
seven.
you sort of put the pole arm up against you and swing, and as you do, it's almost sort of like you drop the pole the glaive, so try and catch it as you're swinging, and it doesn't quite sort of cut into these, and they sort of swarm around your arm and up to your shoulder, and you pull back out from them. They leave a couple of scrapes across your clothing. Anything else for you?
No, I think that's it.
Okay, no worries. Brings us to Tink.
So I should probably save a heal just in case. I mean, other people have heals, right? Is it going to be worth it? I'm just going to move to here just to see what. So, are there any rules for me hitting a swarm on somebody that if I miss, I hit them?
No.
Okay, just checking. So, I'm going to try and free up Luard, just by, again, casting another firebolt in his direction. For an 8, fuck's sake. 8 and then I'm going to move back again. And that's me done. See you in 20 minutes.
You see some of this nasty glob coming towards you, Luard.
Just stuck on my hand.
He's aiming for the rats. You pull aside and inadvertently pull them out of the way of the damage.
Yeah.
But it is your turn now.
Well, I don't really want to waste my last spell slot because I feel like I'm just gonna die. So instead, I'm just gonna mind slither the good old Ratus which are around me. So if they wouldn't mind taking a intelligence saving throw for me.
Yeah, of course. That would be a 14.
Ah, well that's wait, is that a success? That is not a success. That's one short. So they take 2 points of psychic damage.
2 points. Another couple of them sort of like as they drop, and there's splash splash as they fall into the water.
So during the next round, if they were to make a saving throw, they lose a d4, so it's something to make note of. And I think sorcerers get to regain spell points at some point. I can use 2 sorcery points to do what? Is it a bonus action to recover it? I think so. Let me just... You can use your... As a bonus action on your turn... Right, yeah, so I'm going to use my bonus action to use 2 spell slots, 2 sorcery points to make a spell slot. Ka-chow!
Okay.
And that'll be...
So how does that happen?
Oh, jeez.
Is there a visible way?
I think it's just a panic attack, right? So he just starts hyperventilating, putting his face into his hands, and as it does, it just glows, and he doesn't notice because he's too busy having a proper panic attack. And that's him. That's his turn.
Okay. Brilliant. So I'm gonna do the little thing to remind me that it has thing on it. Okay. That brings us to their turn. These two are going to swarm up around Enti. This one's going to swarm up onto Kitsana. So the ones on Kitsana, still hit points. That is an 8 to hit.
No.
You just sort of they're coming up your arm, and you just sort of swing your glaive around and knock some of them into the wall, and they sort of scurry back towards you.
Sorry, can I just I don't know if it did actually say I don't think it did. I think it saved. I think my sheet's a bit fucked. The gift you gave me, gamer, did that increase spell attack bonus only and not say it's not DCs? I think my thing's a bit janky. Because I've got spell attack.
Oh, that's
rolls.
your artificer's thing.
Yeah, I think it's only attack rolls, right?
Oh, I did just explain it, but I think I was on mute.
Yes, it's just attack rolls. They did save them. They did save.
They did save. So
sorry, I just wanted to correct that before it got too late.
That's fine. So, okay. So 2 are gonna bite against Enti for a 20 and an 18. I believe they both hit.
They both hit, yeah.
So he takes a total of 19 points of piercing damage.
He's
So
out.
just ripping into his flesh. You guys watch as Enti goes down, screaming, and there's just like a pile of rats atop his body. And then one on Luard for a natural 1.
Yeah, so the
some of them-
hyperventilating, too much bright color, too much bright light.
So a couple of them like managed to break teeth on you somehow.
Ugh, sorry, sorry, buds.
That ends your turn. The ghoul is how long does it have until? Does it make a save at the end of its turn?
That is this for
Yours.
Dissonant Whispers?
Yes.
Let me double check.
Oh wait, no, the Dissonant Whispers guy died.
No,
That's the other guy.
he died.
That guy just
No,
ran.
he like. Oh yeah, he ran.
He
yeah,
ran, got attack
He's
of
just fucking
opportunity,
running.
then died. Yeah.
He goes another 60 feet from you, so he's like 70 feet from you now, Court. Out of view, 70 feet plus. So he's like. Yeah, he's like 90 feet from you now, and he's disappeared round a corner. That is their turn. He's gone. Brings us to Enti. Yeah, I need Enti to make a death saving throw for me, please.
Oh God.
It's not your fault. It's no goes. If he'd been here, that's a fail. It's one fail. That's fine. There's still plenty of time. Brings us to Rain and Court.
Should I go again?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, so we're technically at the same time. If he had plans, he could still go before me.
Mhm.
I was going to say that I think Court, even raged up and not bright as he is, will probably realize that he can't catch up to this thing.
Mhm.
I was gonna yell at him if he didn't. Get him to turn around.
So what he is going to do is he can make it and attempt to bat away the rats with the flat end of his greatsword.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
20
20 will hit. Yeah.
for a 11 slashing damage.
11. Once again, it's not quite as much as you were hoping. A couple of them, you sort of swing it like a baseball bat, and some of them, once again, batter into the wall behind Kitsana, their spines snapping and them moving, but they're still just all sort of crawling all over her frame. Anything else for you?
Don't really have a good bonus action to use, so no.
Alright, brings us to Rain then.
Seeing NT on the floor here,
Mhm.
she's going to take a step closer.
Mhm.
As she does so, she's going to put away her short sword and pull out her quarterstaff. And whack at them.
And whack at them. Sort of whack-a-mole. Pachang!
11
11 hits. Yep.
for 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, so they take 4. The swarm takes 4. As you splatter some more of them into sort of like raspberry jelly on the disgusting ground of this sewer. Anything else for you?
Yeah, maybe disengage again. I don't really know. I couldn't remember what rats were immune to. Well, not immune to, but you know what I mean.
It seems to be the fact that they're a swarm, that it's hard to...
Hit all of them
There's
at
not a
once.
single one of them that you can hit, so if you're using, like, it seems that you guys, when you're using slashing, piercing, bludgeoning, or whatever, it's not doing quite as much damage because there is just a swarm of different entities within it.
I think I'm going to move here.
Okay. Are you using the disengage?
Yeah.
Okay. That ends these guys' turn. Top of the round, it gives us Ray. You can see your brother down.
God. Do I lose concentration if I cast another spell, or is it only like if I
Only
cast
if it's a
every one?
concentration spell.
Okay.
Then you do. If it's not a concentration spell, then you're fine.
Okay. Seeing my brother go down, I am gonna very quickly, without saying anything, just rush over and cure wounds his ass.
Okay. Push forward,
Oh,
bow in one
that's the
hand.
wrong one.
Place the hand on.
This thing. 7.
He regains, and you see his eyes sort of flicker open as he comes back to consciousness. Looks up at you, goes, "I knew you'd save me." Excellent. That was your action. Anything else for you? Still got about four squares of movement if you need.
I don't know. Try and look scary so they go for me instead of him. I don't know.
Okay. Alright.
That looked delicious.
Yeah,
Excellent.
delicious. Definitely.
Yeah, it brings us to Kitsana.
She's gonna keep trying to get these rats off of her.
Yeah, no worries.
I have no idea what to do that with. So they're like swarming over her at this point, man. Like, so she'd probably be smacking them off, clawing at them where she can. Okay, so it'd be an unarmed strike, right?
If you want to, are you proficient with unarmed strikes? I mean, you could still use your weapon against them. Sort of like swipe at the ones at your feet.
Yeah, yeah. We'll do that. Oh, 19.
19 will hit. Yeah,
8 slashing.
yeah. You're definitely thinned the ranks of this this swarm. There's definitely a lot less of them than there were a second ago. As you sort of chop them into itty bitty pieces. Anything else for you?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, nice. That brings us to Tink.
I don't know. I just feel entirely useless right now.
You've done some decent stuff.
Yeah. So let's try and get.
I mean, you're one of the only ones that deal full damage to these guys.
Let's try and get
Presumably.
I'll hit one of the rat swarms that's still too close to Nogo's character that I can't think of his name. Ray, not Ray.
Enthoriel.
Yeah. With another, attempt at a flame bolt. For a 13.
13 will hit.
Max damage.
For one whole fire damage.
One whole. Another rat screams, just immolated, blackened, and falls off. Twitches a little
Barbecue.
bit as you have burnt it. Yeah, there is definitely a barbecue smell to the air. Cool. Ends their turn and brings us to Luard.
I'm sick of these mother flipping rats on my motherfucking legs. I can be annoyed. I don't have any answer to it. Yeah, I'm going to use my action to disengage.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm just going to be like, ew, ew, ew. That was awful. Ah, rats. Oh, I hate vermin. And then that's his turn.
Okay.
Just imagining him talking about how disgusting it is while approaching court, where he's fucking covered in sewer water.
These ones near you, Kitsana, brings us to the rats' turns. They are going to start scuttling away. You and Court both get attacks, as they are.
19.
19 will hit. Both will hit.
8 slashing.
That's 16 damage.
16 damage, reduced to... Oh, so yeah, as the remnants of this swarm start scuttling away, both of you swing out with your glaive and short sword, and just the last of them you just sort of sweep up and sever into pieces, and the last few that are alive sort of catapulted into the air and land splashing into the water and are gone from sight. These ones here are also going to try to scuttle away. Ray, you've got your bow out, so you don't get an attack of opportunity. Rain wasn't close enough because it was on empty space. And they're just gonna disappear around the corner and break apart. These ones are gonna scuttle over to Rain, make a bite. for a 9. And then the ones
Misses.
on NT, because he is prone, they get advantage as they are biting onto him for a 21. And he takes 10 points of piercing damage as they're sort of biting into his flesh. And I believe he's unconscious again. That ends their turn. It brings us to NT. I need you to make a death saving throw. It's a new round of them, so that previous fail doesn't count anymore.
Oh, did he go down again? I missed the damage.
So yeah, he took 10 points of piercing damage from the
Oh yeah,
rats
then he's
on
down again.
Whacking
him.
it.
Rolling really well with them. It's a fail.
Damn, I am not good at death saves. Huh.
That brings us to Rain and Court.
You just hate No-Go, don't you, David? You just hate him. You're just like, fuck this guy.
You go again, Court.
Well, he almost killed Finn.
What do you mean almost? He did. What are you two
I
doing?
said I killed Finn. I don't remember Krath being the reason.
No, Simon. Yeah, Court and Rain.
Go ahead. I'll eat my soup.
Okay. He's just going to like dash over and land here,
Mm-hmm.
and attempt to swat away the rats on Enti.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll.
For a 17.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
For a 14 damage.
Okay, so you cleave through some of them, hearing squeaks and squeals of pain, blood coating your great sword as you just seeing your companion down just fuels the fury within you.
And I would like to channel that fury into a mighty roar at them, trying to scare them away.
Yeah, it just echoes through the sewers. Okay, Rain.
Rain will 2 seconds.
He will 2 seconds. What will she do with the other 4?
It's the strongest spell in the game, Dunamancy, I think.
She's going to realise that a short sword is more effective. Get it out and whack at these rats again. For an 8.
There's a little fumble as you're getting your weapon out, and you don't quite sort of manage to catch any of them. They're just too fast and too almost like a whirlwind around you.
And same again, just run away.
Okay, disengage, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. That ends. Your turn top of the round is Ray.
Can I stabilize him somehow? I'm out of spells.
You can attempt to make a medicine check.
That's something that requires 1 action and doesn't take longer than 6 seconds.
It's an action, yeah.
Fuck.
It is with that exact action that No-Go kept the character alive that I wanted dead.
And what does that do? Like, I just stopped him from making death
So
saving throws. Does
you
it
make a
reset the
medicine
death check?
check. He will be stabilized. He'll still be unconscious and at 0, but he won't be making death saves if you succeed on the medicine check.
What if he's attacked though?
Then
start doing death
if
saves again?
he's attacked, he'll lose death saving throws. But you will
Is there-
stabilize him.
Is the one that failed gonna reset?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then. Make a medicine
Okay.
check.
Make a medicine check.
Make sure I'm on the
Wouldn't
correct character. What? What?
wouldn't his, since he was healed with a cure wounds earlier, wouldn't the one he made already be reset?
Yeah, but he had to make another one after he went down the second time because he's right after the rats.
And I failed. And if it didn't reset the death saving throws, would have probably just attacked and hoped that someone else could do something, but I don't know what my group is capable of, so he's gonna do a medicine check, I guess.
10 is exactly what you needed. He is.
Oh, is it just above 10, or is it a DC you said, or?
The DC is 10. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
10 or higher
DC 10,
is
check.
fine. So he is unconscious. He's at 0 hit points, but you don't have to make death saving throws. He is still covered in a pile of rats, though.
Unless they scuttle away in fear of the mighty Dragonborn.
So, if there's anything else you want to try to do,
Make myself look delicious. I don't know. That's it.
Okay, no worries. His breathing sort of deepens a little bit. You've managed to close the wounds on him using just some nasty fucking stuff that you found on the ground around him. It's definitely stopped. He's okay for now. Okay. That brings us to Kitsana then.
Alright. Can't really do much, so she's just gonna come up over here. Sadly. Oh, no. That's 10 feet away, right?
Yeah, and the ones on NT are 10 feet away as well because they're technically in his square.
Oh, okay. Well, then she'll hit at those ones, try to get them off. But the thing is she'd have to reach around Ray.
Ray's sort of like hunkered over his brother a little at the moment, so
okay.
you can just sort of swing over the top of him.
11.
11 hits.
6 slashing.
6 points of slashing. You cleave through another couple of them, and you actually watch as some of them, as the swarm is thinning, a couple of them are just like scuttling away in ones and twos, disappearing into the water, swimming away, or just sort of fleeing further down.
There we go.
Okay. That brings us to Tink. Muted.
Muted again.
Who is probably going to repeat said action and try and hit the ones that are chomping on? Yes.
Yeah.
Catch out. 17. No, hold on. I was far too far scrolled up. 22.
yeah, that will hit.
4 whole points of fire damage.
And it is the 4 full whole points that they do take as more of these rats that are swarming sort of around NT scream and are blackened.
Yay, did things.
Yay.
And then I'm just gonna stay there. Somebody else have a turn.
That's me.
To Luard.
Which pack of rats is the smallest pack of rats?
The ones on NT.
The ones on NT.
They are seriously depleted in number.
I'm gonna Chaos Bolt that group and try and help NT out. It's like 9.
9. Unfortunately, because NT's on the ground and they're so close over him, you release the Chaos Bolt and it just arcs over the swarm.
Well, that's awfully frustrating. I'm gonna stay where I am. That's me.
Okay. Which brings us to the rats. The rats that are on NT are going to flee. Court, you do get an attack if you wish.
24 to hit.
That hits.
For a 16 damage.
For 16.
I am rolling
damage,
well on the sword.
Which is
Yeah, those
8.
D6s are...
There is like 1 or 2 rats left, and they just all separate. Not dead, but they are no longer a swarm. There's just 1s and 2s, and they've all just disappeared. The other ones are realizing that they're seriously outnumbered. They're just going to flee as well.
As it was basically from his perspective, his slash that caused the swarms to disappear. He's just gonna I cast scatter.
You cast scatter, and they do indeed scatter into small little clumps, then ones and twos, then ones, and into the water and out of sight and gone, leaving you guys once more in the eerie silence of this place with your companion down. What would you guys like to do?
Let's get him up, right?
Does anyone have any healing left?
I'm unfortunately tapped out of my healing.
I'm not magical.
But I don't heal.
I am magical, but
I specifically saved one for the. Specifically saved one for this occasion.
Okay. Otherwise, I was gonna take his healer's kit, knowing that he has it, and use that.
That
And
just
I'll,
stabilizes somebody without them needing to make a medicine check.
Oh, I thought it
So
came like a tiny
I
bit.
will cast level 1 cure wounds.
Okay. So you see as Enti's eyes flicker once more open. And he pulls himself to his feet. I knew you'd save me again, Ray. That's why you're the hero of this story. Oh, hey, Tink.
Yeah, once again, I am the hero of your story.
As Court calms down, he's just going to face everyone. Sorry, does anyone have prestidigitation?
Yeah, you see that Court is dripping, and he's got what looks like, you're not quite sure, it seems to be some sort of matter on his body. Definitely, I mean, the whole place reeks, but you can see it around him as well.
I truly wish that I had that spell right now. Can you not just cast clean on yourself? I thought you were a great wizard.
I am, but I don't know all the spells.
Ah.
So looks at him like that's obvious. So no one can clean him.
No, it doesn't look like it.
I don't have cantrips.
I'm not magical.
Doesn't look like it.
Nope.
That is a shame, but it's okay. I can cast clean on myself later. I just need a bathtub first. As a material component.
You were the one who decided to go swimming.
Technically, I decided to go jumping.
And you landed in water.
I was trying to avoid the water.
Right.
But
Let us continue on this hunt, right? Do we want to rest and have a breather for an hour? Or do we wish to continue diving deep into this?
I mean, how long did we walk for?
You'd been making your way through here for about 20-25 minutes or so, seemingly eastwards, westwards, sorry.
Back to the tavern for another drinking contest?
Could just go back and rest unless we feel safe with whatever might come when we reach the end of those tracks.
I'm concerned if we go any deeper without a rest. Our friend here, who feels a little bit distant today, might not survive.
Yeah, I'm tapped.
Good rest here.
You want to stay in this shithole for any more time? You want to sit on the floor?
I mean,
I don't wanna sit
considering
on the
that we're so
floor.
close, we might as well just go home, sleep, and then continue this journey. Though, who knows if we're going to keep... what if time is of the essence here? And we're,
Exactly. What is that? Sort of pointing to the body of the first guy we killed. Do we have any idea what it was?
I'm sure we've seen members of that in the tavern.
Make an Arcana check for me, Tink.
Okay. 22.
Nice.
Okay. You have heard of entities like this. This is what's known as a ghoul. You know that they are humanoids that are sort of driven to an insatiable hunger for flesh. They sort of tend to thrive in places of decay and death. You're aware that there was some strange thing related to how the first ghoul was an elf, so elves are usually free of attack from them. So any other humanoid is sort of fair game for their paralyzing touch and their horrible teeth. There's enough intelligence in them that if they know that a fight's being lost, they will flee.
Oh, so they wouldn't even attack me and NT?
Oh no, they would attack NT. He's only half elf.
Half elf, true.
Dirty mud blood.
His blood is his blood is diluted enough, unfortunately. But yeah.
That's why they didn't take a bite out of you.
Makes sense. I mean, I sort of share all that information with the party. I'm like, well, why on earth would they be down here? Why would the guards let them be down here? Would they not clear them out?
This is a perfectly reasonable question we may be able to ask the guards very soon.
One got away. Just follow it.
Perhaps, yeah, we could tail it to see where its home is. Do we think it's related, or do we think it's completely unrelated?
I mean, it was.
Could be brothers.
I don't think a ghoul would be able to walk through town inconspicuously and kill a very important man and then run away like nothing happened without someone seeing a ghoul.
It wasn't a large distance, though, to the building, sure, wasn't it? Was it not? It was only like 5-10 feet away from the building, right? It was just on
But
the
it was
street
in the middle of the
outside
day, right? Or
The
like in the
manhole
afternoon.
cover that you came down was about 200 feet from the
Oh,
fence.
Jesus. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Well, they
So
did
what do
say
we-
that they had people in a separate room.
Yeah, but ghouls?
All
I
I'm
don't know.
saying is we can follow it, see where it goes. Who knows? Maybe someone else is down here. Maybe an elf. I don't know.
That would make sense. It would be.
Where does the tracks lead? Yeah.
If you want to try and follow, make a survival check.
No, the original tracks is
Oh,
what I'm asking.
the original
Where-
tracks.
where they're going.
You were following the trail of them. So they sort of seem to keep going on, and then that's as far as you've got. You've got as far as the tracks have led you so far.
Oh, okay. Can I make a survival check to see where
Yeah,
they
yeah,
continue
yeah.
to go?
Yep, go ahead and make a survival check.
Original tracks again.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Uh,
13. Definitely a lot fainter now. They seem to sort of jock off to the left-hand turn. The ghoul sort of ran off to the right.
Okay, so the ghoul went to the right, and the tracks we originally followed went to the left here. Do we want to continue on our quest, or are we gonna try and follow a ghoul to its lair?
My vote is quest.
Quest.
And then the next vote is, do we rest in the tavern or down here? I definitely think the rest is necessary. We're all tapped out.
I think if time is of the essence, we will likely want to rest here. only shortly, and then move on. But of course, that all depends on how tapped our allies are here.
I'm good.
Pretty tapped.
Have we still not decided?
No, we tried to figure out where the original tracks were going. That's what's been happening. We've decided to follow those tracks instead of following the ghoul. We're just discussing whether or not we make a rest. But
I think I vote to rest here.
I'm not gonna get any use out of a short rest, though.
I know that your brother will, because he can use his hit dice.
To gain that 2 HP he's missing. Yeah.
Oh, is he missing only 2?
Yeah, you got healed for 11. His max is 13.
Not too shabby.
What time of day is it? Is it even an appropriate time to take a long rest?
It's a couple of hours after midday.
Yeah. So
You guys reconvened to go, like, follow the tracks at around midday after the funeral and looking around. You reconvened around midday. So it's maybe a couple of hours after.
So logically speaking, it's not even an appropriate time for a long rest. So short rest is what we're going to have to do. And if time is of the essence, I vote here is best.
Plus, the longer we wait, the farther he gets, the colder the track goes.
That's what I feel.
Exactly.
If we rest too long, there might be other denizens here as well. That.
I mean, if we're taking a long rest, we're leaving the sewers.
Yes, exactly. I think we short rest is how I feel.
So I'm going to go ahead and assume that we're going to take a short rest.
Don't just assume. It might not be the full agenda.
I mean, is anyone else missing HP? Because otherwise the short rest is only for 2 HP on NT.
I'm missing HP that I'd rather not waste on a
A
spell.
couple points, but not a whole lot.
Like at this level, we don't want to be wasting our heal slots. We might as well use up these hit dice whilst we have them.
I mean, to be fair, a bite from a rat took me to nearly half HP.
Case in point. Every HP matters.
True.
Realize math. Right, can we... I'm going to... Sorry?
Court is like he has 0 benefits from the short rest, so he can offer to stand guard.
Okay.
Same with Ray.
So, as you guys sort of find yourself a space in the corner, Court keeping an eye out, as you just sort of like recover your breathing, take a moment to focus, bind your various wounds, deal with anything super urgent. As you guys finish your long rest, your short rest even, it seems to have been quiet. Court, you've heard in the distance the odd squeak of rats, but nothing seems to have got too close to you. You stand back up and re-prepare yourselves. What would you guys like to do?
Follow the trail.
Follow the trail brick road.
Okay. So you line back up once more, sort of Ray leading the charge a little. Tinker, you hopping back onto Court's.
Fuck no.
Is the marching order changing?
Fuck no.
We have.
Yeah, I guess I'll just go behind Court so that I can. Although you'll be all at my pace though, because I'm slow as fuck. But yeah, there you go. But because I've got the light, haven't I? So. I'd imagine I've just I've turned it into like a we all have, but we need a light, otherwise it don't work. I put like a sconce on the massive bag that I've got, and it's just like follow the light, just follows me around.
It's just waving like a mast in high wind or something. rocking backwards
Yeah.
and forwards.
That's right.
Okay.
TikTok.
Ray, as you're sort of like peeking forward over people, keeping an eye at sort of each junction to check out for signs of the footprints. Definitely the track that you were following is, I mean, it's like 3 days old anyway, so it is fading with each time you look for it. And after about 20 to 30 minutes or so, you come to a junction and you can't see it. You can't see it any direction. You sort of head back a little bit. You find the track, what seems to be a little bit more solid than before, and then that's just the last track you see of it. It just seems to suddenly end. You don't find any more track of it. I think you're muted.
Oh, I am. Is there a manhole cover above us?
About 30 or so feet ahead of you, where the junction is, there is a sort of a manhole cover. That's sort of as far, when you lost the track, that's where there wasn't anything sort of looking around on the manhole that gave you any indication of recent use.
What's the junction? I'm guessing it's kind of like the Bay Area we were in before.
It was just like a cross junction, so it carried on, or there was another corridor.
Oh, okay.
Coming across.
English vocabulary and all that.
No worries.
Not being the best.
I'm always happy to translate it in an easier way if you don't understand a word.
Well, the tracks end here. Not really sure what the course of action is. Could go to that manhole cover over there and just check out what's above it.
Might be worth it, though we can't see any more tracks.
Yeah, I can't find any. Just disappears back here. Sure, I'll do that. I'll climb up and
Okay.
have a look around.
No worries. You head forward a little bit and you sort of push the manhole cover up and take a look around. You're looking at some very. You're in a street. Like you see a couple of the passers-by sort of like give you strange looks, seeing this manhole cover. Suddenly open and the head of an elf pop out and they sort of pull their children away. Looking around, you can see what seems to be like small single-story, very tiny buildings. It's definitely from the sort of passing through. This is the western. To the most side of town.
Oh, so we're still inside the city. Okay.
Yeah. Looking over, you can see sort of to the south of you is some of like the very ramshackle fishing shacks that have like little boats going out onto the Sensei River to collect fish.
Well, that's not of much use. I guess I go back down. We're still in the city. At least that manhole cover is.
Does there look like is there any impactful buildings at all? Any that would stand out from the manhole? Any like names of things or?
Oh yeah. Like important buildings, I guess.
Yeah, like say like is there a boarded up house or a shop or something?
Like at the sort of glance that Ray had, wasn't really looking for that. It was just like looking around. So
I'm gonna go up there and look around for one. to see if I...
Okay, you're sort of looking specifically for boarded up buildings.
Yeah, I'm looking for any interesting buildings.
Okay. I'll say make a perception check for me then.
Buncha! 8. Nope.
Looking around, you can see a couple of like fish sellers. Nothing doesn't seem to be anything boarded up. You can see the sort of the tavern that is on this side of town is just sort of like right down the far end of the street. You can just sort of make it out. You can see the sign sort of hanging out the front of it. But it's too far away for you to sort of make out like anything that's any details from you. It is sort of like at the far end of the street. There are a few like stalls, people calling their wares from little stalls.
So nothing of value. Great. What do we need to do next, guys?
Is there any of these paths look like there's been more traffic than others?
Are you coming up onto the
one about down here?
Say make a survival check. Uh, 18. You see the odd little bit of foot traffic. Most of it is quite old. You sort of pick out the track that sort of Ray points out to you, and you see some steps further back that he'd missed, so you manage to follow it a little bit more, and it does just end almost abruptly.
So this is the track where the manhole cover is?
It's about 30 feet away from it. Back up the tunnel.
So from my perspective, it looks like someone's walked to a dead end.
From your perspective, you follow the tracks, and then the tracks just stop. You can't find any others.
Does it look like it stops in like a distinct way? Does it stop heading towards a wall? Does it look like it stops heading into the water? Or does it just continue down the path and then end?
I've got platform 9 3/4 vibes going.
That's what I...
It just seems to, because the tracks are so old by now, it just seems to sort of, it's walking along the path, the tunnel, and then you find the last footprint. It's really your there's no distinct footprints. It's more sort of like specific types of scuff marks that you're following, because there's not really any way to leave footprints along here. But you sort of recognize it enough to realize it is from the same source, but then it just sort of abruptly ends.
I think we go up here.
Through the manhole cover?
Yeah. I think this is where he got off. They got off.
Probably. That just like leaves us at another part of town.
I mean, we could ask around. See if anyone in purple's gone past. It is purple we're tracking, right?
It is, yeah.
Yep.
Just making sure I'm minimal.
No, you nailed it.
So Rain's just going to climb up.
Make way up onto the surface.
Look at my...
It went back into sunlight and that sweet, sweet fresh air. It's so nice, and you got like the little bit of tang of like the water from nearby, sort of like a little bit of salt in there. It's just so nice against your skin after the fucking rankness that you guys have been in.
Can I check the bottom of my feet to see what kind of state they're in after walking through that skanky cellar?
Yeah, I mean they've got a little bit of yak on them. Some stuff that you're not quite. You don't want to identify, I would imagine,
So
because you've got a pretty good idea what it might be.
Are there any signs of yak in any direction away from the manhole cover?
I'd say make another survival check for me. What's everybody else doing while Rain's sort of having this look around?
Can I look around for anything that's like any ripped off cloth, any like signs of purple around?
And I have myself muted because I'm eating an apple. I would like to help Rain. I don't know if
Okay.
it's advantage or making my own roll. I don't know.
You can either make your own roll or give him advantage.
I'll probably make my own roll.
Okay.
A fucking 2.
Everybody else? Are you all heading up onto the surface?
So I'm looking for
I
purple.
would assume so.
I think you said investigation. Did you say investigation or perception?
I hadn't said.
Oh, I
anything.
thought. Sorry, my bad.
Perception's fine if you want to use the same roll.
Kucha. So one and the same. It's like it's one different. So 17 or 18, your choice. I don't mind.
Yeah. Okay. So between Ray and Rain, there's been too much traffic since that you can't really find anything that seems to match what you'd imagine this sewage like waste. Loard, you see like flashes of purple. You see like there's like a stall that has a purple awning over it, or there's a house that has like a purple paint on sort of like one of the walls to it. Looking around doesn't seem to be anybody like dressed in purple in your immediate vicinity.
Are we sure that we got everything from down there? Like, we came in here following tracks. Right, and we followed tracks out, but
Now we're guessing.
we could have followed the guy. We could have explored the rest of what's down there.
I'm down
Like,
to go back if that's what you want to do.
These references to purple just seem to be tangential at best. Like,
I mean, it's an angle rather than any
the angle.
Yeah, there's no like distinct ulterior, like alternative. Sorry.
Yeah, if you want to keep looking, I'm happy to keep looking in the sewer. Like, we're just checking things out as we can, I guess.
Did you say there was a stool there?
Yeah, it's a purple stall. That's a good one.
Yeah, it looks like it's selling bolts of cloth, and it's got like a purple awning over the top just to keep the stock dry if it should rain.
Yeah, I'm more thinking maybe someone saw someone else leaving the sewer. If the stool's been there presumably all day, got to be worth an ask at least before we go back down the cellar. Cellar?
depends what he rolled on his perception.
I could see that.
Good point. Does anyone want to come over and speak to the stall owners with me?
If no one else will, I will. But I know that I talk a lot, so I'm happy to listen.
Watch your talk. My face.
Work can come as backup. But he's probably a bit dinky, so maybe not.
In case the cloth gets out of hand.
DM, is there a store where I could perhaps go and buy arrows like real quick? I have 10 left.
I would say for you make an investigation check.
Oh, that was not my page. Investigation. Where is it? Here we go. 18.
18. You sort of look around, you ask a few people. Most of them say, it's not really the sort of thing that they have in this area of town. If you're looking for something like that, it's probably going to be more towards like the market square area.
And how far away is that?
Where
we are?
the Hammer and Tongs blacksmith is. It's back where the tavern is, so it's from you guys knowing how big the town is, it's probably like about a 20-25 minute walk.
Yeah, okay.
You're essentially sort of south of where the Temple of Pelor is.
I'm sure your brother might share some of his arrows with you.
I don't
Doesn't
think he
he
has
have a bow?
arrows.
You do regain, after a combat encounter, half of your expended arrows.
Oh, okay, then I'm on 12.
They're not
I
gone.
fired 4 shots.
They're not gone.
Okay.
So I think Rain, Luard, and Court are going to go over to the stall.
Okay. You go over to the stall and you see what is a very tall human woman. She's got very sun-bleached hair that's almost white, so almost in a sort of like an explosion of an afro. Very sun-touched, kissed skin. She looks up as you approach, gives a big smile on her face, goes, "All right, my love, what can I do for you today?"
Hi there. We're looking for our friend. We believe that they had gone down in the sewer to find something, and we suspect they may have come up out of that grate just over there.
Oh, you don't want to be going down into the sewer. It stinks down there.
It wasn't a pleasant experience. I don't suppose you've seen anyone coming out of there at all in the last day or so, have you?
I mean, the only people I've seen coming out of there in the last few days is yourselves today.
So no one at all recently.
Not that I've seen. I think I noticed my lot's right looking over that. It is.
So can
I interest you in any cloth? And she's sort of holding up some yellow bolt of cloth.
Are there any purple ones that match the fabric that I found? That sort of colour?
There is a purple. She's got a small sort of bolt of purple. It's about as much as like a washcloth. It's worth.
This is quite an interesting colour. Is it popular?
Oh, I couldn't get much of it. When we get sort of deliveries, I try and place an order, but it's not really the sort of colour that people sort of wear that much, really.
Where would you get it from?
Oh, I got a contact down in Freeport, and if they're able to send me any with my deliveries, it comes up the river.
Have you sold much of it recently?
No, this is what I've got, and this is what I pretty much always had.
Okay.
Like I said, not really a lot of call for it around here. Maybe up on like Rose Blossom, those people, they sort of like the finery and that, but it's a little out the price range of the people here.
What would we know about Rose Blossom?
Rose Blossom Plaza is like you have passed through there a couple of times. It's where most of the nobles live. It's where the Ravensgat headquarters is, where you were briefly incarcerated.
Okay, so like the main sort of rich district.
Yeah.
Okay.
You also know that Lord Rihoshi has his house is there because he wasn't living with his father.
Okay.
So he has a place there. And
so can I take out 1 gold and give it to this lady and say, and you've not seen anyone come out of this grate at all?
you see her eyes just alight as you give her essentially a week's worth of wages. She goes, Thank you very much, my love. No, I'm sorry. I mean, not even really maintenance people. I don't remember ever seeing that grate open before.
Thank you for your time. Just out of curiosity, how many hours of the day would you be here?
Oh, usually from sun up to sundown when people are interested in buying, and I'm here.
What time would I've believed it to be when we were encountered by the Raven's Gap in the manor?
It took you like half the day to get back, so probably around three-ish, early afternoon.
So I'd suspect that if they came through here, that it would have been sun up at that point. Thank you.
Welcome. Tell your friends.
I will do. So I'd return to the rest and say, I think we've hit a bit of a dead end. This lady, she's here from sun up to sundown, and she's not seen anyone come out of here.
Yeah, I think we're back in the hall. I think Tink is right.
Beep boop beep boop beep boop beep boop.
It's the noise of Skittles pushing his push to talk on and off.
Sorry. I've got to have you turned up loud so I can't hear you.
So to some very strange looks once more from those around you, you retreat back into the sewers. It smells even worse now that you're getting used to the fresh air a little bit more.
Good lord.
Squelching underfoot.
I've fashioned a peg.
Okay. It helps a little. It's forcing you to breathe through your mouth.
I can taste it.
It's making your eyes water just a little. What would you guys like to do?
So I guess we're taking one of the paths in that junction. That
Can I, like,
seems to be where the
touch-
tracks ended?
Can we like touch all the walls and see if any of them disappear or have?
I ain't touching them walls.
I will.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check if you're looking to spend some time.
Sure.
Right, secret doors.
Secret tunnel. Fuck.
If Court helps him by basically being his hand, since he's already dirty, can I help?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Fuck.
Then he'll do the same. Court, grab that wall. Now move over there.
You take a few minutes, sort of like running your hands. You spend, I'll say, the better part of like an hour or so, like giving what you think is a pretty thorough check over of these walls. Around sort of like the area where you lost the tracks, around sort of like the junction, around the ladder that's leading up to the surface. You don't find anything seemingly out of place. It all feels solid to you everywhere that you've checked.
I report back. Can't find anything. Just walls and filth.
So, can I just get a recap on what our options are? We've got the way we came. We've got straight on, right, or left. Which way did we go to find this ladder?
Straight on. So it goes straight on, and then it goes left, straight on, or right. So it's like a cross junction.
Okay, and where was the ladder?
It's in the middle of the junction.
Oh, in the middle of the junction. Okay.
Let's just pick another way and go that way.
Yep, I'm done.
Have we
Eeny,
taken any turns that would lead us to believe that left or right would lead us back the way we came, in the rough direction that we came?
You've been seemingly heading steadily west.
So let's go north. Let's just go north. Okay.
Do it.
Okay. You sort of pick the right-hand path at that junction. Continue on. There's lefts, rights. There's more cross junctions.
Yeah. DM hasn't planned this far ahead. Let's pick another way.
It doesn't seem to be. There's no tracks that you're able to follow. So even as you're sort of coming to a junction and looking, you've no idea which way to go. And eventually, if you keep going north enough, it just stops because it reaches the end of the sewage system.
I think we're going to spend our whole life doing drinking contests at this rate.
Yeah, I don't know what.
I don't know what it is. We get to a certain point, and it's the same thing every time. We just don't know which way to go.
Yeah, it's in Cyberpunk it was the same. In this, it's the same.
That's kind of what happens when there's tracks, no tracks.
Yeah, and like we've asked all good questions as well. It's not like we've just gone doi.
So why did we come to the sewer? We came to the sewer because we followed tracks, right?
Yes.
The tracks have ended.
Let's go and talk to Lord Mahoshi. Colt, go for a shower. Like, if we think we've done as far as we can go with this one, and we can't see another thing, let's do one of the other things. So we'll keep doing something. Let's not just keep rolling things in the hope that the DM tells us that's everything.
I'm down.
I mean, just one thing out of curiosity.
Apples rolling down a hill will not give you.
One. What is west of where we were?
From where you came up.
Yeah, no, from where we started. What is west of there?
So where you started was at the far east side. You're kind of now at the far west side.
West side. It's a story.
So we're just keeping in the back of our mind that we're west of the east side. Like that's the direction that at least these tracks go.
Yes, but we're also north of the south side. So if as long as we stay on this side of the river, we'll be all right.
What?
Exactly. You have to go all the way to West Ham for a diagonal counter rabbit.
No, okay.
You are west of where you started.
I think what he's trying to say is we gotta keep in mind where we went, so we don't redo over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Okay. Right.
Okay. So you guys return to the surface, make your way along through back into the sort of middle class sort of area. Eventually into the town square. Return yourselves to the Laughing Lumberjack. Get a few.
Do we pass the market square?
It is in the market square. Yes. So.
Okay, I would like to buy some arrows before I enter the tavern.
Okay. You can head on into the blacksmith's, which is the hammer and tongs. As you sort of step inside, you see a human gentleman with the brown beard, sort of like the leather apron over, sort of currently working on something. As you come in, he quenches it and turns around. Says, evening. Does that smell you?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been working in the sewer today.
I'd explain it then.
Yeah, I was wondering if I could inquire some arrows.
Yeah, I usually sell them to hunters. I've got a few. How many are you after?
How expensive are they? How much for 20 arrows?
20 arrows? That'll be just a gold for you.
Can I carry 40? They're not that heavy.
You could probably put them somewhere else.
Somewhere else? Oh yeah, we have a... Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure, I'll buy 40.
Okay. That'll be 2 gold. That's pretty much my last of them until I work on some more.
Alright.
He pulls out a couple of bundles of arrows that are tied with some twine. Puts them on the counter next to you.
I hand him the 2 gold and take the
Takes 2
arrows.
gold. Those are doing business with you. Make sure you take a bath before you come next time.
I will. Have a
He's
nice
got
day.
like this sort of playful grin on his face. He's used to working with people.
Of all classes, yeah.
Yeah.
52 arrows. No, I'm not gonna run out.
Cool. And you go and catch up with the others who return to the Laughing Lumberjack. As you guys step in, you do get a few wrinkled noses from the other clientele, but you are able to head up into the into sort of like the communal washroom that is upstairs. It's not so much a bath, but there is ability to use some fresh water to clean yourself off. You ask Bristle for some fresh, and he sort of brings it up for you in between each one of you, so you can take some time cleaning off the muck of the day's journey. By the time you're finished, it's getting on for sort of like I'd say probably about it's coming in towards evening, early evening by now. You guys all reconvene in the tap room.
Indeed, I believe we are having another drinking contest.
Okay.
To commiserate our...
Are we though? Group's just a bunch of alcoholics.
Well, I'm not an alcoholic in my real life. I'd like to live it
a
up.
couple of things of note. As you sort of are coming down to begin sort of like whatever your next stage is, there is the sound. There is almost a reverent silence in the tap room, but there is also somebody standing on the stage at the far end who is giving a performance at the moment. What you can see is, let me just find a tall furbolg with sort of orangey red hair and beard, sort of floppy ears, very sort of loose clothing, open up at the chest. He's giving sort of like a performance at the moment. As you sort of listen into it, you would sort of recognize this story yourself, Rayruth. He is telling what appears to be the very grandiose tale of the reoccupation of Elaraman. You sort of come in as he's talking about how the land there was once known as Elameran, the Elven Home, and how during the end of the last age, during the great war that ended it, when the hordes of enemies swept from the south, the elves of Elamaren knew that their land would be amongst those taken. So with that in mind, they used their great magics to create the mountains that now isolate them from the rest of the continent. And then they separated to the four corners of the land, hoping to escape. He starts talking about how 500 years after that, the greatest hero of the time, Denthilial Stormbright, led warriors back to the land, slowly began reclaiming it of the evils that had settled over the land, renamed the land Elaraman, and invited all the elves of the land to come back home. He's giving this sort of very grandiose retelling of that. And then sort of once he's finished, there's a moment of silence as he picks up a lute, gives a strum, and you can see people just sort of start moving tables out to the side, clearing a space around as he starts. Once that's done, he starts performing, and people all sort of move into the center to begin dancing.
Cute. Is that where me and Enti are from?
That is, yeah. So you'd be
okay.
well
So-
aware
so
that
thi-
is
this is a story that is like told around campfires for elves.
yeah,
so
yeah.
we both know that
You'd
story.
be well aware of like the reoccupation of your homeland in that way.
Okay.
So, is there anything you guys would like to do?
I don't know. We could always sleep on it and take another quest. Maybe something else will pop up. Maybe the guards will find something.
The thing is, we can't take another quest because the only reason
right.
why we're allowed out is in the idea that we're searching for.
We're helping with the investigation.
So if we don't solve it, then we're basically screwed.
Unless someone else solves it, yeah.
Which I don't think they will.
No, the guards don't seem very competent.
Or just they could be evil. Right. Yeah, Luard's gonna go sulk and go to sleep. I'm happy just to pan to the next day, but
Okay, you're gonna head off to bed then. Anybody else doing anything? I mean, given that the time it is sort of like 6-7 o'clock.
Drinking competition? No.
I mean, I'll get back out of bed for a drinking competition if nobody else will.
Depends if there even is one. There's a performance going on and all that.
Yeah. You get the impression that there's not an officially sanctioned one today, given that there is a storyteller in town who is, and people are dancing to what he is putting. It's making the place very busy because people are attracted to the sounds and the livelihood coming from within.
Is there any form of like underground gang? Is that the word I'm looking for? That I'm not currently trying to get away from.
You've not really had a look around for anything like that.
Like I've heard rumors or anything of it.
I would say, I mean, you've not really told me that you're listening out for it, so far, no. If you want to take some time going forward,
I guess.
okay. I'll say just make a general investigation check for me, and we'll keep that for going forward.
12.
12. Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Okay, so we could stay here, doing nothing. We could continue to go and talk to, what's his name? The Mark II, Rihoshi. We had questions for him. We have a lot of information that we don't know what to do with. Why his dad did X. Why. Is anything we've found out so far relevant? There's the safe that was, untouched in the room. There was books on the family that we can spend some time looking at. There's questions from the gardener that we could put to him about we have this information. We're not police. There are people in game that are, so we could talk to them and try and get them to put the pieces together rather than us trying to fuck it up. But Lord Rihoshi is on our side. He wants to see the information. He's not going to know any of this information until we tell him.
I'm down. I agree.
But it's evening. Do we want to go now? With no spell slots.
It might look like we're going to go and finish the next job, so probably not.
Go and finish the next job.
So if the Ravensgat, worst case scenario, if the Ravensgat have it in for us and we go in the night to go and see the next Lord, it may
I get you.
It look like we're
that job.
Yeah. So I think morning. I agree, and I think morning.
Makes sense.
Well, if we're gonna spend the evening resting up, I am going to be reading through the book that I pocketed from his bedside table, the history of the Rihoshi family. That's what I'm going to be doing.
Okay.
Having a drink and a laugh with my little brother about how he got knocked unconscious twice by rats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he seems to have lost his voice.
Anybody else?
I think I'm good.
Just probably head to bed.
Just
Pet the bed? Oh, head to bed.
Head.
I think he's just sitting there.
pet
I
the-
love you, bed.
Good job,
You're
bed."
my favourite. I love you.
You can stay.
Before going to sleep next to the bed on the floor.
You get the bed.
Hey, Kitsana? Are you doing anything?
Probably not. I don't think so.
So those of you who are staying down in the tap room, let me know.
No.
Those of you that are heading up to bed, let me know.
Bed.
Probably would head to bed.
Okay.
If everyone else is heading to bed, we'd probably only have one drink and then go to bed too.
Okay. You guys have one drink, head to bed.
Yep.
Settle in for the night. The sound from down below makes it a little hard to sleep. After about an hour or so, it suddenly stops. Like, just stops dead for like a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and then starts up again.
Telling stories in between songs.
It continues on for a few hours till late at night. It's a little difficult to get through to sleep, but coming on for about midnight, it does eventually peter out. There is the only one time that the sounds stop completely. You know, it never sort of drops down to anything else. But around midnight, it does end fully. And you guys are eventually able to make your way, pulling yourself into sleep. Now, as you are sleeping, safe in your beds, Luard,
Oh no.
you feel something.
Nice.
As this horrific, soul-tearing pain just erupts in your chest, and your eyes come awake, and you see standing over you is a figure
Oh no.
dressed in black cloth with a white mask covering the face, just giving a weird sort of like almost skull-like visage, as you see it's pulling a dagger from its chest. As you fucking hell, you take 2 points of piercing damage.
is but a scratch.
As you look around, and you can see Tink is over in her bed, and there's another figure dressed the same,
Can I immediately
standing over
scream?
her. Roll initiative for me. I want to see if you beat them.
Well, that's not very fun. Oh, I'm gonna die.
Because they have got the
13.
advantage. Okay, so you go to scream out just as the other one plunges its dagger down into you. Tink, that is a 20 to hit. You
Yes.
are not wearing your armor because you are in bed. You take 3 points of piercing damage and are suddenly blasted awake. I would like you to also roll initiative for me.
I didn't realise that we were rolling new characters. Oh no.
11.
Okay. 11 for Tink. What did you get, Luard?
I got a 13.
13. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the pair of you. Wait, I need to.
This is what we get for talking too much.
Probably.
Okay. Wait, I've lost. Where? What is? Why is this? Hang on, I've just fucked everything up. Let me just reset video. There you go. Okay, so I'm gonna drag you guys over to here.
Fuck's sake.
Okay, so
This is not very
that was their
casual.
go. Now it is Luard's go. What would you like to do? As you can see, these two black-clad individuals.
We haven't finished long resting, have we?
Nope.
So we're totally fucking useless.
That's right,
Which is why they attacked us.
I have one spell slot, so I'm going to cast Arms of Hadar. Let's go.
What's with the Chinese music?
I'm skipping it.
Yes. So these two assailants need to make strength saving throws or get whapped.
Okay, so the first one is a 17.
Fuck. Success.
Second one is a 10.
Okay, so it's half damage for the successor. So 4 to one, 8 to the other. The one that took
So
8.
the one near to you is the one that succeeded.
Okay, the one that took 8 cannot make reactions. And then I'm
Which
gonna
one is that?
the one next to you, so you can get away. And I'm gonna shout out, "Help! Help!"
Okay, you scream at the top of your lungs. I would say probably everybody else at this point hears and begins to come awake, but we'll roll initiative for you in the next round. Brings us to Tink.
Does that change since I'm an elf and I'm technically in a trance and already semi-conscious?
You were in a trance, but they are sort of, it sort of brings you to awake, but you are sort of still in your trance, so
Yeah.
it'll still be.
Still only 6 seconds.
Yeah.
To wake up. Fair enough.
So with this one here, I'm kind of gonna move around him, scrambling as fast as I can over to kind of, grabbing my bag off the side, coming over to here, and
Okay, he's. He can't take his reactions. That's fine.
yeah,
You're welcome.
and I'm looking at Loard and going, "Put him in the bag! Put him!"
What do you mean, put him in the bag?
I have my bag of holding.
I'm not going to be able to.
Force him in the bag.
Have you seen my strength score? I like Lindsay that we're actually bickering about this.
I've got nothing. I've got nothing.
We're fucked. We're so screwed.
Okay. Dicks.
Yes, dicks indeed.
What can I do? I got nothing. I can obviously try and stab him, but it doesn't seem like an awful lot of point. There's got to be something I can do in this situation. Oh, that's bollocks. Oh, that's bollocks. Unagi. What's the light doing in this room?
It's
Like-
just candle light, flickering candlelight.
I would know. Has Luard been able to fight at night before?
Yeah.
In pitch before?
I am not pitch. Like I'm not ultimate dark vision, but I have dark vision.
So if I snuffed all the lights out, it would be advantage us potentially.
Depends on if these guys have got dark vision, but
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. So I'm gonna. Would that take my action or my bonus to snuff the light?
I would say it would be your action because you're
Okay, then
physically
I'll snuff
making
the
an
light.
alteration.
And I've got fuck all else to do. So
Okay, so you snuff out this candle here, leaving the one that was next to your bed still on.
and I will walk. Oh, so. Hey. I stand on that one as I walk past. As I go over and I'll fucking kick the thing over and I'll set fire to the bastard room. I don't know. Like, if one action is one candle, then fine. I'll just snuff out one. I'll walk over and then just go. And that'll be my action.
Okay. Any bonus action for you?
I got nothing.
Okay, so top of the next round, I'll bring you all back over to join. If the rest of you would all like to please roll initiative as your eyes dart open and you see that each one of you also has one of these individuals standing over the top of you.
Oh,
Dang, Court.
Nice.
I don't need to select my token because it doesn't matter, right? We're not
Yeah.
using the roll 20 initiative. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I would remind people that you're not wearing your armor, so you're apart from court, your AC is 10 plus your dexterity modifier.
That's still one less. Only one
Yeah,
less.
leather
is-
armor's usually just one.
Exactly the same as what it was before, except for now I'm naked.
Brain is
Will
12.
that increase your AC because they don't want to hit you with your dick tank?
They definitely do.
Have you rolled for NT as
Oh,
well?
yeah, wait, no, I haven't. Oh, wait, that was for NT because it's his page that I have
Okay.
up.
NT is also 12.
And now I'm gonna roll for Ray.
Mhm.
11.
11. Okay, so top of the round is Court. As you sort of eyes flash open and you see this dagger held up, ready to strike. You take a split second and the dagger looks familiar. It has what looks to be a red gem in the hilt. It looks to have like a small little bit of cloth off the end of it. It is your turn.
We couldn't find them, so they came to us.
Nice. Yeah, first of all, he's just going to.
DM got fed up of our shit.
Oh no, this something you did prompted this.
He's going to stand up from being prone, just to stand up on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
As he gets up,
You're on a little camp bed because there was only 2 full beds, so you've got like a little camp bed in there.
and as he stands up, sort of like grabs the greatsword that he just has on the bedside.
Mm-hmm.
And as he grabs it, he attempts to slash at him recklessly, with sort of like an upward swing as he picks up the sword.
Just reminds me real quick. Those of you that got stabbed, because you were asleep, you were incapacitated, you would have taken double damage. So Luard, you'd have been 2.
Oh dear.
And Tink, you would have been. It would have been a crit.
Oh fucking yes.
So, because you were technically asleep. Sorry, sorry, Court. Carry on.
That is a nat 20 to hit.
Yeah, that will hit. Yeah, go ahead and roll some damage.
How dare
Let's
you
go.
wake him up?
He casts
Yeah.
away.
So
21
you
damage.
see him got the dagger raised, and you sort of leap to your feet, grab the sword, and just in one hand you just sort of swing upwards, and you actually cut through the arm, cut through the head, and just cleave it in half in one go. And there's just a clump as the body falls down, and a clatter as like the dissected arm just flops over, and the blade goes clink, 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 clink. Looking around, you can see your friends. All of the others that have the daggers up, they all seem to be the same.
And then I got up, so that's half my movement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to attempt to move like so to block the door.
That's the window.
That's the window.
Yeah, this is the door here.
And then that's still easy to make. So I'm going to move over there to block the door and sort of stare at them angrily. Not raging, but angrily.
Okay.
Holding my bloody greatsword.
No worries. The ends their turn. Your turn. That brings us to them. So,
Wait, just a second. Sorry. I fucked up again. Apparently, NT has a +5, so I was rolling for myself there. So.
Oh, okay. So you are the 12.
And NT has a 13, and I am still on 11. Just the extra modifier. I don't know
So
if it
Ray
matters.
is on
11.
and NT is on 13. Okay, brilliant. No worries. Okay, cool. So, continuing off in that room, the two looming over Kithsana and Rain are both going to drive their daggers down. Against Kithsana is a 12.
Yep, that hits.
This won't be a
it-
critical because you're awake now, so it's 4 points of piercing damage as it drives into your stomach. And then once against Rain, it's natural 20. You take 6 points of piercing damage as it plunges into your chest and pulls up. There's a spray of blood. Moving on to the other room with the brothers, against Ray is a 19
Hits.
for 4 points of piercing,
Alright.
and against NT is a 13.
What is he wearing? He is wearing leather armor, and his dex mod is 4, so that misses.
That misses. So he actually rolls out the way, and it into the mattress comes up, and there's just like down on the end of it. Back into the next room, the one that had originally attacked you, Luard, he jams the dagger down, pulls out a scimitar. Who's
Whoa!
gonna
Can't we
now
just talk
attack you
about
with a-
this?
They are in just
just-
silent.
I'm just being a cartoon.
That's a 10.
Hooah! Slide to the side.
You
Hey!
sort of back up against the wall, pull your stomach in, and it cuts a little bit across the cloth, but misses. The other one that you hit before is going to step in towards Tink and do the same with that scimitar for a 12 to hit.
Hits.
That hits. That is 7 points of slashing damage.
And I'm unconscious.
Tink goes down, and then it's going to move into that space there to try and cut Luard off. That ends their turn. That brings us to Luard and Enti.
Would you like to go first, Nancy?
No, because I have to look at his character sheet to figure out what I'm doing.
That's fine. You do you. I'm going to cast poison spray on the more injured of the two, so the one that failed his save.
Okay, the one that's just knocked down your friend.
Yeah, he can fucking die. So he needs to make a con save, please.
Constitution saving throw. That will be a 12.
That is a fail, so he takes 4 points of poison damage.
Okay, so what's your poison spray look like?
So, contrary to using his hands for most of this, he just fucking outwards of his mouth.
You spit it in this thing's in this face, and you see the mask just start to hiss and bubble, and bits of it start to fall off and clatter onto the ground, leaving flesh below that is also bubbling and hissing and screaming. And he's got his hands up to his face, and he pulls its hands away, and there's like stretchy bits of skin, and it just the scream falls off as it dies.
I'm going to look at the other and just say, "Stay away from my friends," and that's my turn.
Okay, enter.
Definitely no way. Jeez.
Do I have disadvantage casting a spell in melee range of someone?
If it's one that has a ranged thing, yes.
So if I were to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on the guy right next to him, I would have disadvantage.
No, that's something in a range, I believe, but it's not a ranged spell attack. I believe it's whatever.
It has
the
a range
wording
of
it.
30.
But it requires a saving throw, not an attack roll.
Yeah, it's
so
not
because-
an
Oh,
attack
right.
roll.
It's not an attack. True. Sure, that's what he's gonna do. Try and incapacitate one of them. This guy.
The one that's looming over him.
Yep.
Charmed or frightened. It is not a charm, so that's a wisdom saving throw, yeah?
Yep.
That will be a 12.
He fails.
So you hear this almost feminine chuckling coming as this figure sort of curls into a ball at the foot of your bed, sort of rocking with uncontrollable laughter.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. Or wait,
Okay.
no. Is
Any
this
movement or
Is this
anything?
the door?
No, that's the window.
That
So
over
you'd
there
have
is
to
the
get
door.
up. This one here is the door.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see it. But that would...
Yep.
Yeah, okay, never mind. It's gonna move out of the bed, I guess.
Okay. Do you want to get up? Because otherwise you're just
right.
falling
Yeah,
across
true.
the ground.
Yeah. Get up.
Yeah, so that costs you half your movement to get up, so that's 15 feet.
Yep, and I only have 5 left, or using 5
You
anyways.
still have another 15.
He's just gonna stand there.
Okay. That brings us to Rain. As you can see this thing that's over you.
I shall attack.
Okay. You have disadvantage while you're still lying down, by the way.
Can I stand out?
Yeah, so you can get up. Takes half your movement to get up.
Then attack.
So,
24.
24 will hit.
10.
10.
Max
So this one
damage,
that's
then.
just plunged the dagger into it, raises it up again, and you just come to your feet, grab the sword, and just sort of like drive it through the base of the chin, like into brain matter, pull it out, and as you pull it out, it collapses. Kaput.
That's about my turn.
Okay. Brings us to Tink and Ray.
Well, Tink's
You
just
wanna take
making
your,
a death
save
saving
first?
throw.
We'll do it after.
okay.
Oh, we've
Oh.
done it. It has been done.
Oh,
Uh,
okay. So that's a success. That's fine.
And I have disadvantage at ranged attacks when he's in my face, so it's gonna be a hit with my short sword.
Okay, do you want to get up? Because it's
Oh, yeah, true.
disadvantage while
Yes,
you're
yes.
lying down. So yeah, you
Prone
get
is
up.
a thing.
You do have advantage because of your brother's position.
Yeah, okay.
So you scramble over, grab your short sword, come up to your feet, and you
15.
swing. 15. 15 hits.
Nice. Big damage. 7.
7. You catch this thing sort of like through the collarbone, do a big chunky amount of damage, pull the blade out, staggers forward a little bit. You see a bit of a crack in the mask where you hit it. Hear heavy breathing coming from within, sort of muffled. Blood sort of pooling down. Anything else for you?
Nope. That's it.
Okay, top of the round brings us to Court.
Is Court sleeping alone?
No, Court is in with... Oh, shit, I missed Kithsana, I'm sorry. Bottom of the round, Kithsana. I do
I
apologise.
was like, okay, that's fine.
My bad.
No, you're fine. She's gonna grab the hand axe that's like chilling next to her.
Hmm.
And see how that goes.
Yeah,
With a
you gonna
7
get up?
hit. Yeah, she'll get up.
Okay, so you get up and loom a little bit over this black cloaked figure where she's standing in the bed, swing, but it ducks down and it sort of sails over the head of it. You can you see a little bits of like leather armor through like the black cloth that they are wearing. And they've got this, like this mask, given almost like a reverse. It's almost like a skull with like the sunken eye sockets. Anything else for you?
No. I think that's it for now.
Okay. All right. So that brings us to Court then. This here is like a wardrobe, so it takes up that whole space.
It doesn't matter that he's just going to... Seeing that it's just one of them there now, he's going to stand there, attempt to still kinda block the path to the door a bit, and recklessly swing his great sword.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just unload on this thing.
12 to hit.
12 just hits.
That is 7 damages.
7 points of damage. So you carve into the meat of this, just frothing at the mouth, swinging wildly, cutting through the cloth into the meat and the bone, hearing a yelp of pain muffled by the mask within.
Yeah. And then just to do the regular Court thing of attempting to do a massive fuck-off roar.
Yeah.
Right in his face.
All the rest of you hear it as it seems to like shake the very foundations of this establishment. That brings us to their turn. So the one in with the brothers is going to see its companion down, and it's going to book for the door. The both of you get to make attacks of opportunity.
And we both take it.
Yeah.
24 for Ray with the short sword.
I don't believe you add your archery to it, but it's still 22, so that
20,
would hit.
yeah. I don't know why it's applying to it. Maybe I set it up wrong. I don't know.
Yep. It's fine. You can just untick it on your character sheet if you're using anything other than a bow. So it doesn't add.
Ah, okay. I see.
Yeah, that
22.
hits though. Yeah.
9 damage.
So, 9. It gets like 3 or 4 feet away, just fucking booking it for the door as you swing the sword, sort of sever its spine, and it crumples to the ground. The one that's laughing, I don't believe, gets to make a save. Is it the end of his turn? So we'll come to that.
Check here. Tasha's hideous laughter. At the end of each of its turn, or each time it takes damage, it can make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so
And it has advantage if it has taken a melee hit or a hit.
Yeah. it hasn't so far. That is a 16.
He saves.
So that saves, but that's the end of its turn. The one in with Luard and Tink, the face is going to lock with yours, Luard. And then it's going to look down at Tink, and it's going to take an attack at her with the scimitar.
This prick.
That is a 13.
That hits.
You lose 2 death saving throws, Tink. And then it's going to run for the door.
I'm going to make a attack of opportunity. Fucking...
Okay, what weapon do you have out?
I have pocket daggers. Can I use a dagger?
Did you have your dagger previously out?
I would have
you
had
can
it...
only take it out on your turn.
I mean, he would have had them out if he's fighting. Like... I didn't specify, but he would have had it out. Cause
Yeah. Okay, but in future...
In future, cool.
You'll need to specify.
Ka-cha!
Yeah, that will hit.
Ka-cha! Take the 3.
It staggers a little bit. Manages to get a hand on the door. Pushes the door open. If I can, please. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Out into the hallway. Back through into here. This one is going to, seeing it's outnumbered, is going to move here. Then it's going to take disengage. 5, 10, 15. 20, 25, 30. Out into the hall. Okay, that ends their turn. That brings us to Luard and Enti.
What's Enti's strength like? Oh.
Did you want to
flat.
shout anything at the end of your turn, Luard? Oh, it hadn't been.
It
that,
hasn't
Luard.
been my turn.
It's
yet.
your turn still now, anyway.
I'm going to wait for them.
Who had the medicine pack? Because you guys had a medicine kit with 2 powders.
Enti has it.
Oh yeah.
Enti has it. Okay.
Yep.
Can I
Okay.
can I take my turn first, if possible? If that's the case.
Oh right, that was your attack of opportunity. I thought you'd already given
Yeah.
turn.
Would it be
Yep.
okay if I took my turn first, and then I can call
sure.
out to you to see if you can help me out?
Yeah, that's totally fine.
So I'm gonna just scream in anger, and it's literally just gonna be like, "So you've chosen death, then?" And I'm gonna call out, "Someone needs to save Tink.
Yes,
She's
yes,
about
I
to
have.
die." And I'm like desperately, I can't IRL scream, but like he is absolutely top of his lungs screaming. Someone needs to save Tink right now, otherwise she's going to die. I'm gonna go 5.
You guys can hear it sort of muffled, especially with the door
15,
open.
20. There's
You
2.
step out and see this one that's right there next to you.
Oh well, I'm not. I fucked the guy to the left of me. I'm gonna shoot the guy to the right of me, who almost killed my best friend and might have killed my best friend.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
Gonna take the chance with the medicine check.
17. I'm not gonna be good
With
enough.
disadvantage because the guy is next to you.
Grrr, 11.
11. The one that's running down the hall, you blast off the ray of frost, and it seems to see it, hear it coming, and ducks, and it sort of streaks over the head of it.
He's just screaming.
You're a little bit knocked in the back by the one behind you that puts you off balance of that. Sure.
He's just gonna scream, "Somebody needs to help her right now."
Okay. Enti.
Okay. That guy is prone, so he's not gonna provoke an attack of opportunity if NT runs past, right?
I
Or
don't
you
believe when
can,
you're prone.
but it's
I mean, he's not
disadvantage
laughing
probably.
anymore, but I don't think you can when you're prone. I'm not going to look, I'm just going to call it that.
Okay. Hearing the word scream, he's gonna, instead of the original plan of grappling him, it's gonna run up 15.
Yep.
What do I see?
You see,
Fuck.
there's the
Lord,
doors
yeah.
at the far
I
end
tried.
that lead towards the stairs, which are this way. You see two black-clad individuals rushing your way, and you see Luard standing at a doorway.
Yeah, I can't get further than this.
Nope.
Fuck.
Yep.
Okay. That brings us to Rain.
Oh wait, are those still alive? Those guys?
Yep.
Oh yeah, they are. Fucking. What's that spell called again? God damn it.
Kill them all.
Yes, vicious mockery.
Vicious Mockery.
On the guy in front of me.
Saving throw. That is a 17.
He saves. That's
That brings us to Rain.
Is this a bad guy? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna whack him.
Okay, you have advantage because of flanking from Luard.
Sneak attack as well.
Mm-hmm. If you hit,
20.
that will hit.
12 damage.
So you scramble forward after this one that's just flooded up. You see it up against the back of Luard, and you just run forward and drive your blade straight through it. You spear it in half. There's just this sound as you pierce the lungs, and it crumples.
You sort of scream and stamp on it. That's me.
Okay, that brings us to Tink and Ray.
Please, gods,
Good luck.
please, gods, please. Please. Not like this.
There's a soft bubble of blood. You hear Luard as you look over, and you see the last breath of Tink.
He just screams. He doesn't cry, he's just angry.
Ray.
Yeah. Do we want to kill him, or do we want me to try and grapple him? Get information out of him or some shit? But we're also hearing Luard scream a lot. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna move out here. I think I can with 30 movements, or 35.
Yep.
And I'm gonna shoot past Empty and attempt to kill that guy.
Okay, go ahead and make a. it's totally not making an attack roll. 22 hit. 24 hits. Yeah. Go and roll damage.
Jesus. 12.
12. Hearing sort of like the rage in Luard's voice lands speed to you, and you rush forward, release, and you just catch this thing in the eye, shatters the mask, and it sort of pirouettes like and then like a ragdoll with its strings cut, goes down.
And then I'm gonna. Ah, wait. Did I have enough for that? Yeah, I'll have enough. I think. Back in and just prepare for the guy on the ground.
Okay. That brings us to Kitsana.
Well, hearing screaming and the like from the other room, it's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 herself all the way over here. Unfortunately, she can't get past anybody. So that's gonna be her turn.
Okay. That brings us to Court.
He's just going to pop right there and the same as the other ones, he can't do anything in this type of bottleneck, really.
Okay.
Everyone cleared their rooms. I mean, I wouldn't know, but
That brings us to this guy. He's not laughing anymore. He looks up, sees you,
I am
blocking the
door.
door, and is gonna rush. 5, 10. You see him leap, make himself into a ball, and just crash through the window, out of sight from you. Let's give him a dexterity saving throw. That'd be an 8. He does not make that.
How
So-
far up are we?
You're about 20 feet up.
Oh, okay.
You hear this horrible, sick, splatting sound from the other side of the window.
Wait, how 20 feet? Oh yeah, 6 meters. Landing wrong. Ow.
So, with that being the case, there are no enemies left.
We have brutally murdered all of them.
They are all gone. Whoever sent them, a mystery for the moment. But there is one thing that you, at least, Luard, are aware of. Is that your friend Tink. They were successful in their mission, at least in some part. But you know that there are options. There is a powerful priest in town to a god. There are always options. With that being the case, that's where we'll pick it up next time.